So, as we are in a stakeholder conference, I would like to give you an overview of the different projects that are actually helping the WestMED initiative to move along. Because you are the stakeholders, you do a lot of work, and some of this work ends up in projects. So, if one will like to have the overview of what blue economy projects are right now happening in the WestMED, I really suggest you to look at the Maritime Data Hub that CINEA has. This is a platform where we are feeding with all the blue economy projects that have been and are partially funded or totally funded by the European Commission. So if we look at the Maritime Data Hub and we really focus on the Mediterranean, you're going to find different information about different stakeholders that are right now currently have any project developed around blue economy, but you can also find partners for consortia building. So if you go now into the Maritime Data Hub, your blue economy project is not there and you think it should be there, just get in contact with your national hubs of each of your countries and we will make sure that this information is there. So far, if we do an analysis of the projects that we have now, we already heard by the Director General of the Commission that we have around 600 stakeholders already working in blue economy. These would be stakeholders meaning the institution, but behind the institution in each of the projects, we know that there is many more people. So just have this as the basis of the institutions that are currently working on blue economy in the Mediterranean. And most of them we can see that they come from Italy, France and Spain, but we also have representation of the other countries. If we look at how many of these are actually coordinating the projects, this is something that we also are encouraging, that you propose your project ideas in this stakeholder conference, but you are also giving a step ahead and proposing yourselves to coordinate. Being a coordinator of an European project or a regional project is very interesting, not just for networking, but also to give you the wider perspective of some of the topics. So we really encourage you to become coordinators of project topics. We have around 168 projects, and again, we can see some of the main percentages per countries, and around 326 million euros that have already been put into blue economy in the Mediterranean, from which 48 million come from direct European funds. So we do have some topics in the WestMED. Here you can find the list of the topics where we frame all our projects, and we can see that most of them, they are dealing with environment and climate change, but we also have many projects working on maritime and coastal tourism, entrepreneurship and research and innovation, followed by marine aquaculture, fisheries and others. So we have a quite wide range of projects happening in the Mediterranean, covering most of the topics that we have in the WestMED. If we look at the priorities, we also again see that most of them are covering environmental climate change in overall, but also research and innovation, governance, and coastal tourism counts again also quite high. So this just for showing which of the projects we have in the WestMED, we have some MFAF calls that you are aware that flagship some of these projects. These are just 3 of them that were on the last awarded funding program. We can see here their names, objectives, and EU contributions. But we also, through the WestMED, we provide support to any project idea. So if you have any project idea that is at an earlier stage, just come to your national hubs and we will make sure that this project idea goes into fulfillment to be to one of the possible potential calls in the future. Some of these projects that we have supported have been successful, some others stay in the pipeline looking for future funding, and we would like to just highlight a few of them that have been awarded, that were actually supported by the WestMED initiative assistance mechanism like Destimed Plus, DigiCirc, Pisamires, Life for Medeca, AfriMed, and WestMO Poco. This is just one of them, and you can really see all the different countries that were involved here to really foster this cooperation about northern and southern countries in the Mediterranean. But we also foster, as again, being the WestMED, we foster these north-south communities, and we wanted to highlight these ones that mainly involve some countries that you may not see them so often in the consortia. So we really are pushing for our southern colleagues more and more involved into European projects somehow as associate countries, or finding these other ways of being having them in these calls. We highlight a few of them, and here in the WestMED Awards, these were the ones that were awarded in the last one. We will hear from the new awarded ones at the end of this stakeholder conference, but we see that more and more of you are actually submitting for these WestMED Awards, which we are really happy. And this is also showcasing the number of projects that are actually fulfilling the WestMED initiative. So overall, we have to say that there are many projects happening on blue economy in the WestMED, but there are many more to come. This kind of venue is really fostering project development and project collaboration, so don't be shy, propose your new ideas, and maybe we will be showcasing your projects right now.